Alright, you guys, today we're going to make some fish pie.
Alright guys, I'm going to cut an onion for the fish pie. I just cut off the ends first. And I'm only going to use half of an onion and not the whole thing. But sometimes my family wants me to use the whole thing, so I do. And I'll just cut them a little bit in long pieces. And after I cut them into long pieces like that, I cut all the pieces in half. And that's it for the onion. Okay, you guys, this time I'm going to make the crust, and I'm going to add Crisco. Usually about 4 tablespoons, but since I don't have a tablespoon, I'll just have to guess with my eyes. I never measure professionally. I usually put a lot of Crisco, though. Like that much. And that usually makes the top and the bottom of the crust. Okay, so after I put the Crisco in, I'll put in some salt. Usually dime size on the hand, but that much salt. So after I add the salt, I'm going to add some flour. I usually don't measure the flour, I just put it in. And if I didn't put enough, I just add more as I'm mixing. And I just mix the Crisco and salt into the flour. Oh. After I mix it all up, I'm going to add some cold water to the mix. Usually not a lot. And mix it. If I need more cold water, I'll add it. If I need more flour, I could add it. Okay, next step is to cut the dough in half and roll it out on some flour. And I usually add flour to the rolling pin too, because that's important. Okay, next we're going to roll it on to the rolling pin to put it in the pan. And I usually keep flour on my side, so when I'm rolling I can just grab it like this and put the flour on there so it doesn't stick to the rest of it. Put the pan under, lift, and roll it on. And I bring the corners down and take off the edges. With the fish that have fins on them like this, I just cut off the fins and I don't use them in the fish pie. I just make a whole nother dish out of them. And these ones with the collarbones. The First step of filling the fish pie in is to add a layer of rice in the bottom. Before I add the fish, I put pepper on the rice. Then I put the fish on top of the pepper and put them all the way to the edges. After you put the fish, we'll put some mayonnaise on top of the fish and sprinkle the onions around on top of the mayonnaise. This is the end of the fish pie, and the insides will need to breathe, so we cut slits. I usually bake my fish pie at 375 degrees for about 40 to 45 minutes.